I got very involved in the Catholic religion at that time. There was a huge revival. The people of my generation were very interested in spiritual life, spirituality as a form of, I guess, looking for a place of truth, maybe looking for a different alternative sort of environment. And so it was very ecumenic in a sense that Catholic and Protestant was very mixed. There's no really boundaries, and it was more about being a teenager and looking for meaning of life, and a place where you can trust people. There was a sense that you could trust. Religion after was suppressed, and so a lot of was happening in underground, and there's a lot of things that because my parents were secular, I had no idea about, so there was also a newness to it. And so I got very involved in a Catholic, not so much church, but various activities, underground activities that unite people. You met a lot of sort of intellectual people also through a Catholic underground. So I was very involved in that.
So how did you get involved in that, and what sort of activities were you doing?
Well, there were certain parishes in Prague that would be popular to go to for young people, meaning that there would be certain priests who would, have misa and homily for young people that would be sort of more provocative, more modern within its limits, but then also certain groups organized after church groups where people will get together and talk, sing, become a community, sometimes read from Bible and have almost, I would say, sort of theological readings. Not necessarily, I wouldn't call that catechism. It was more just spiritual and theological interest in reading Bible. And so that was one thing. The other, being in Prague, young people in Prague would often travel outside on the weekends and summers. So there would be parishes around the country that would be particular parishes where you would go for weekend retreats, where you go and you spend time together. You may sing, you may pray, but it was social, but it was sort of with the religious program. Now this is so different from here. I would want this to be really clearly distinct from here, because that kind of activity was spiritual. It was not important that it was Catholic Church. In other words, it happened to be for me, but it could have been Protestant. Often I had friends in my classroom from both Catholic and Protestant, and we will often, as a gesture of solidarity, go back and forth, churches and these. So there was no animosity between churches or competition.